Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a real titan of 20th century thought, Ludwig Wittgenstein's masterpiece, Philosophical Investigations. And look, that is not an exaggeration. This is one of those works that really did change everything. It launched entire schools of thought and totally rewired how we think about language, about meaning, and, what philosophy can even do. It's tough, for sure, but it is so rewarding. Honestly, this text challenges just about everyone who reads it, and I am genuinely excited to walk you through its very first pages. So let's begin our investigation. Okay, so let's turn to the first page. Wittgenstein kicks things off with, well, let's see, maybe it's a preface thing.
Right, moving on to page 2. Perhaps the introduction is just also blank? I see. Okay, a very minimalist start. Kind of avant-garde, I guess. And page 3. Okay, I think I'm starting to pick up on a pattern here. Let's just make sure we are all on the same page, so to speak, which right now appears to be a completely empty one.
This is not what I was expecting. Let's jump way deeper into the text. I mean, there has to be something in here, right? So we've skipped all the way to page 50. And it is exactly the same. Right. It seems that our source material, the legendary Philosophical Investigations, is completely blank. This is going to call for a slightly different approach. So, you know what? Let's pivot. We are no longer analyzing a text. We are now conducting an analysis of nothing. The subject of our study is this consistent, pervasive absence of any content at all. So, our rigorous comparative analysis reveals, well, a pretty startling pattern. Page 27, for instance, is characterized by a complete lack of ink. And when we compare that to, say, page 68, we find a stunning parallel. Also, no ink. The consistency is frankly remarkable. Just for context, let's go back to the dictionary definition of content. It's the substance or material dealt with as distinct from its form or style. So the key takeaway here is it looks like we've got a work that is all form and absolutely no substance. Or is it? Now, what's really interesting about this slide is just its profound simplicity. Our data visualization makes it crystal clear. The text is composed of 100% absence. I think this might be the most definitive data set we've ever worked with. But hang on. What if we've been asking all the wrong questions? What if the point isn't about what's missing, but what the absence itself is trying to tell us? Let's rethink this from the ground up. And this, right here, this is the heart of our new investigation. Is this a book with nothing in it? Or is it a book that is full of nothingness? Could it be that the total lack of information is the information we're supposed to be wrestling with? So the first clue? It's been right there in front of us this whole time, just hidden in plain sight on the cover. The book isn't called Philosophical Answers. It never promises us a neat conclusion or a list of facts we're supposed to memorize. It's called Philosophical Investigations. And what is an investigation? It's a process, right? It's an action. It's something you, the reader, are meant to do. What if Wittgenstein's great final genius move was to give us a book that literally forces us to do exactly that? And this leads us to our final, and I think most important takeaway. See, we came here looking for something inside this book, but maybe what we found was actually ourselves. We usually think of a source, a book, an article, a set of data, as a kind of container. It's full of facts, and our job is to pull them out. But maybe that's not what a source is at all. Maybe a source is a mirror. And this book, this empty book, is the perfect illustration of that idea. When you're faced with a completely blank page, what do you see? You see your own expectations. You see your own frustration, your confusion, your own desperate search to find meaning. The source just reflects your own mind right back at you. And all of a sudden, this empty book is asking some of the deepest questions you can imagine. Like, what even is a book? Does meaning have to be written down on a page to exist? Are we, the people looking at it, the ones who actually create the value? And is silence itself a kind of communication? And that's where we'll end. Wittgenstein famously said, "The limits of my language are the limits of my world." By giving us a book with no language at all, he just might have given us a world with no limits. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. If a book has no words, can it still change your mind?